All right, welcome back to Find Your Amazingness podcast. Today I have a guest, an amazing guest that I'm super excited about. I have Vittoria, who is
Hi.
amazing, as she asked me to tell how amazing you are. An amazing Italian fashion designer. You design the coolest things with the most amazing message. I mean, we can talk about how we met and everything and how I was immediately so
Yeah.
like inspired by what you do and what you want to do. Um, so welcome to the podcast. I'm so excited to talk to you like this.
Thank you to you, Vera, for having me today. And a little bit nervous because today is the first ever interview for me, but I will do my best, I promise.
It's gonna be chill. As I told you, we're just gonna chat and it's gonna be chill.
Okay,
And
fine.
yeah, and for those of you who are listening, me and Vittoria have been working together for I don't know how many months it's been, but few months since last year,
December.
November,
Yeah.
December, yeah. I
November.
think we met in November because I was in Venice in November. Yes.
Yes.
Randomly on like a family lunch
Lunch.
and
Yeah.
then just started you just I don't know if I asked you something about what you do or whatever, and then we started talking. You told me about what you do and I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. And
Yeah.
yeah, but so we've been working together and it's been so cool to see your journey and follow your journey and to support you on your journey. And you have like transformed, like it's so cool. I'm so proud of you. Um, but I would love for you to kind of explain who you are, where you come from, what do you do, and yeah, whatever you want to say about yourself.
Okay, I'm ready. So my name is Vittoria, and I am an Italian girl. I live in Italy, in the northeast of Italy, near Venice. And I'm 26 years old, and we can say I am like the CEO of Le Vittoria, like a young entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
And what I do basically, yeah, I am starting out a new fashion project in which I sell shirts, like Italian shirts, right? Like the one that I'm wearing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In which I embroidered some positive words and motivational little phrases that can inspire the owner of the shirts and also bystanders. For example, this one is the first ever, and I embroidered on the collar Viva la vida. If you would like to translate, since you speak also Spanish, so in English it means long live life, right?
I think so. No, I'm like not sure.
I guess that's celebrating of life.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And this is what I do basically. Yeah. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right?
Okay, so when did you get this idea to, and why do you want to do this? And why do you do this?
Yeah. So I get this idea, I think at the end of 2020, and during the pandemic, in which me and we all lived a period of time full of anxiety and pressure and worries about COVID. So I felt the need to make a change, a positive impact in the world and also in myself, because I felt the need to change my perspective and to see the good and the wonderful things in the world and also in myself. So I thought, since on a daily basis we wear some clothing, why don't we like write on it some good phrases and good words that can uplift our spirits? So I think all started in this way. And also, I should say that it is your favorite story, like the story of my life, because for twice in my life, doctors told me that I was ill with cancer. I suffer for cancer. So for 10 years, I suffer a lot. And I felt the need to change myself because I wanted to live, you know? So this project is like a way for me to make a change in myself and try to help also other people to live some bad experiences that life sometimes put in our path, you know. And yeah, I think that all started this way.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked a lot about your journey, and I am just always like so, I don't know what's the word, like impressed and just admire
Mm,
your strength. Like you just talk about your life experiences as if like, oh, just a casual, like just had cancer, like no big deal. I don't
yeah.
know. And I'm just like, Girl, how do you stay so
Mm,
chill and positive about it? And but I think it is just so powerful that you've had those experiences and that connects to your message and
yeah.
yeah, like what you do. And that's why I was immediately like, oh my God, like I want to help you because you're, not just a fashion designer, you have like
Mm,
some really
yeah.
deep meaning behind it that like what you want to spread to the world. And you want to talk a bit more about like what's your mission with your clothing and you kind of mentioned bringing
Yeah.
positivity and
Yeah. To answer to this question, I would like um, to say a line that one rapper once said, and then you can guess who is the rapper. He said, don't try to change the world. Find something you love, do it every day, do it for the rest of your life, and then eventually the world will change. Can you guess who is the rapper?
I have no idea. Is it like Kanye
He
West or something? I don't know.
no. He is Macklemore. The song
Ah.
is Growing Up. It's a fantastic song.
Mm.
And I think that my mission, like I understood like during high school that I wanted to change the world after the first disease. But with the age, I understood that before we decide to change the world, we have to change ourselves. And I think this is the most difficult things ever. So the mission, first of all, is to try to change myself, try to be positive, and to try to face fear and also the anxiety that I have, and try to do the things that scare me the same. Okay. And after this, I think I will be more able to help other people also with my experience. Because if I see that I'm able to do something great, okay, then I know that I can help other people to maybe deal with difficulties or disease, you know. Even
And
if I know that I'm not like a super Wonder Woman that can help the world, but I would like to have like a positive impact in the world. And here I am with my shirts. Yeah.
yes, and I mean you are already challenging yourself so
Yeah, it's
much.
true.
and I've had the privilege to be very closely like following you, challenging yourself and doing things that you're
Yeah,
scared of. And so like when you say, I hope that you know that you're already, capable of doing, you're talking about the future of like when I'm blah, blah, blah.
yeah,
Like, no, you're already there. Like you already have done so
yeah.
much, survived
It's
so
true.
much.
It's true. Okay.
So give yourself some credit for, yeah,
Yeah.
little pat on the back. Yeah. Um, so what would you say? I mean, I kind of mentioned that, like I've got to see and follow you um go through different situations and challenging
Yeah.
yourself. Like, what would you say, like, during this year? Because so much has happened in your life this year. What kind of challenges have there been? What kind of, like, how have you kind of challenged yourself? What kind of
Mm.
realizations have you had? And, yeah.
Well, probably the most important challenge, I would say probably it is the idea that my idea of the project won't be like accepted from the others, or you know I would like to spread correctly the message of La Vittoria, and if I won't be able to spread it correctly, like I have this fear to not be um able to be comprehended by the others,
Mm,
I think.
yeah.
But the biggest realization, I think, it is that I commit so much for this project. And I understood that if you try to spend a lot of energy and work and commitment in something that you love, or something that is you can achieve big results. And this is the biggest realization that I got. And also the importance of having like good people around you that can support you and surround you. This is another big important thing.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about like what has happened in your business since, I
Yeah,
mean, in well, December when we started working together, we started like
yeah,
working on your social media, and then like now you've been having some like photo shoots and like
yeah,
all these type of like real fashion designer things that like I don't know, I've just loved following like this whole journey. So talk a little bit about like what has been like what's been happening. What's the kind of like the
yeah.
transformation that has happened like
The
since you
journey.
started? Yeah.
I remember that I have opened the Vittoria profile on Instagram on January 1st. And I was so scared and also embarrassed a little bit to try to put myself in the socials. Do you remember? I was so afraid to like write something or post something that it was, yeah, like a panicking every time.
Mm.
But now that we are in May, I did a great job. Like we did a great job because nowadays I have no problem posting on social media, and like you were saying, I have organized a super fancy, incredible photo shooting in a villa here in near Venice with some models and photographers, and it was super cool. I'm looking forward to see all the photos and videos. But yeah, the thing is, if you try to put the efforts on something, on a project, you will achieve a lot. Okay. And another big news, like on real time, from next week, probably I will expose my shirts on a real store. So
Oh,
yeah. Big news on real time.
oh my God, that's so
Yeah,
exciting.
yeah. From
Wow.
nothing, and now after a few months, we are starting to see some result, and I'm very excited about all this stuff, and we will see. Yeah,
Oh my God. That's so cool. Like, oh,
yeah,
because seriously, like, I just want to like emphasize for people listening that like when I met you in November, this was
yeah.
on like
Tell
a
me.
like this was on like a idea kind of like level, and then like in just couple of months like you've been so dedicated, as you said,
Yeah,
like you decided that you're committed to this, and you were willing to challenge yourself. And it's like what you just described, like how in beginning of January you were terrified. I loved our conversations because you were panicking about posting on Instagram, and
yeah,
like
yeah.
just but you did those things like anyways, which is
Mm,
what people have to do if they want to make something happen.
yeah,
And I'm just so happy for you that like now like all these things are happening because you were like, I'm gonna fucking do this. And like,
yeah.
yeah,
It is happening. Yeah,
it's so
crazy.
magical.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Let's talk a little bit more about the like, because I know that there's people listening who are in the similar position that you were
Mhm.
in like January, of feeling the fear of putting themselves out there, getting started, and like sharing the
Yeah.
thing that they're passionate about. So, um, can you talk a little bit more about like how you were feeling if you now like reflect back to December, January, time of how you
Mhm.
were feeling, and what was the thing that helped you to overcome that, and like what thoughts you have about that?
So, I think that back to December, I was, I felt ready to start this project and to open the Instagram profile. But I think I was very unsure, and also was scared about the judgment of other people. Because one thing is that when you talk with your friends, with your family about your idea, and I would like to do this and try to do that. But when you really, in reality, go public with all other people that can see you and hear you, it's another thing. It's another level because um, you have to do your thing no matter what, and just try. And try not to overthink too much, because I am a perfectionist. I'm the perfect perfectionist, I would say. And for me, it wasn't easy to just go without the perfect, I don't know, the perfect logo, the perfect color palette, the perfect shorts, the perfect idea of project. So it wasn't easy, but I understood that, well, my therapist said that perfect doesn't exist. so so I decided to just do it, as Nike would say. And yeah, I jumped from the cliff, and next week my shirts will be on a store. So yeah, the main thing that I would say to some people that would like to start something by their own is like to commit on the project, try to find some good people to work with, to follow Vera tips and Vera rules rules, and just do it no matter what. And
Yeah,
then you can always improve on the go. This is my advice.
exactly. And I think it like especially what you just said that like the commitment of when you have strong enough like mission behind it and like reason why you want to do it, I think it makes it also so much easier. I mean, it doesn't make it
Yeah.
easy, but like when you can like connect back to like why am I doing this? Like why is it so important for me to not care about people's opinions
Mm.
and yeah, it's just like remembering that mission. And like that was also something that we worked on in the beginning of writing down, you know, like what's the vision, what's the mission? And like from my perspective, the
Yeah.
reason was that like you have something, even though I knew that you already did have, you know, idea and like there was a reason where the idea came from, but I think it's so important to take time to like think about it, like why am I doing this? And in those moments when you feel like giving up and you feel like, oh, it's not working out or it's taking longer than
Mhm.
you think, that you have
Yeah.
something to kind of like look at and be like, this is why I'm doing this, even though it's uncomfortable and difficult. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it's true. 100%. Yeah.
Um, so is there anything else like from this journey of this year that you have? I mean, you've worked on like so many things and you pushed yourself in like many different ways, not only on like social media, but also like put yourself in like social situations that like
Yeah.
you were nervous about. So it hasn't only been like one area of your life that you've challenged yourself, but like in every, at least to me, has
Yeah.
looked like you're,
Real life.
yeah, real life, every area
Yeah.
um of your life. So you want to share something about like, I mean, I know there's like one event specifically, but I don't know if you want to talk about it, but 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 anything else like in like
Um,
what this how this you know, well, us working together, but also like you
mhm.
committing to your business, like how it has impacted you as a human being and also like other areas of your life.
You would like you would like me to tell that story, right?
You don't have to. I mean, it's just
You
it's
are
so
telling me this. So okay, I will tell that story. Incredible story.
mm,
So yeah, it's true because um, since few months, also last year, um, I decided that it was time for me to step out from my comfort zone. Because if you would like to make a change, you have to do that. So there was this special event of young entrepreneurs in Venice during Carnival, the period of Carnival, in which I had to go with two of my friends in this, like, it is called Glass Cathedral. It was an old church, but it was a fantastic place, in which I had to like enjoy the dinner with some strangers, and this like thought terrified me because I'm okay. I'm a funny person, but you know when I have to make some relations with older people, entrepreneurs, in a specific situation, you know, it could be difficult also for me. So I was so afraid for that, scared. And yeah, I remember that we were talking about how I could like deal and face this difficulty.
Do you remember
And
the debate that we had, like the call that we did? Like, I don't know if it was a week or something before, and you had to make the
yeah,
like decision to buy the
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 ticket or
tickets,
no.
and you were like, I shouldn't do it, right? Like you were like, it was such a funny, like I knew you really
Yeah.
wanted to, but all you were just so
Mm,
like scared, and it was such a funny
yeah.
conversation of like, am I gonna do this or not? Like,
Yeah, because I knew, like inside myself, I knew that it would have been a huge like step for me. But my fear to go there to dinner with some stranger, it was also huge. And I decided, also with your help, to go and face the fear and try to be me and like enjoy the dinner and the event. Even if this event, it was like called the Great Ball of Cinderella, and there was also a prize like the glass shoes of Cinderella, but I didn't get this. I didn't won, so I didn't get this glass shoes, but um, I went there and I faced my fears, and yeah, now I'm like telling you this story and all, to you and all the the people that are listen to us. Yeah.
yeah, and you're still alive even after
Yes,
like it's
I am.
yeah. Um yeah, it's so and I wanted to like bring that up just because I know that a lot of people don't talk about like the anxiety that we get from like
Mhm.
going to that type of events and like meeting new people and like maybe
Yeah.
talking about your own business idea and like especially when you're getting started and you feel like, who am I to do this and like
Mm.
are they gonna judge me and these are blah blah blah. Like I know it's so common for people to feel that way. Not only in like business situations, but especially in that like world. So I think it's just like important for people to first of all know that like other people also feel that way, like that social anxiety. But also to see a living proof that like, like you can challenge
Here I
yourself,
am.
still be alive after
Yeah.
those experiences. How would you say like this like what if you would be able to compare your how you felt about yourself and your like what you're capable of maybe like from January to now like after challenging yourself and like in many different ways like has something shifted to like changed in the way that you maybe see yourself or like
Mm.
what you're capable of?
Well, I'm not very good at giving me some compliments.
I
Okay.
know.
So surely I have changed in this long last months, but I know that still I have lots work to do to like to right here, like at the best version of myself. I need a lot of work, but I saw that with the commitment, I achieve a lot. So I hope that trying again, trying, I will be able to get where I would like to arrive. But I know that time has a real power, so I need to be patient and to live all the steps that I have ahead of me. But I still have to wait and try to I don't know, to work, yeah, on myself.
Mm. But I mean, you already mentioned in the like how you feel about social media, for example, you've
Mhm.
been able
Yeah.
to overcome not only learn how to do it, like the
Mhm.
technical part of it, but I think the bigger thing has been like again, going back to how you felt about like the first post and like all of it, and was just like
Yeah,
terrified. So like if you compare that of like how much you
absolutely. Yeah.
cared about what will people think, and I'm sure, you know, you still have those thoughts like sometimes, but it's not
Yeah,
like it's
sure.
not as like paralyzing of like, oh, I can't, like, I want to die, I don't want to do this. Like, I, at least to me, has like seemed like there is a difference of
Mhm.
how easy
Yeah.
it is mentally, like, and emotionally, to put yourself out there. So yeah, you should be
With the
proud.
social, yeah, I have improved. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So what is your vision for your business? Like, where do you want to take this that you do? Like, what's the impact? You talked about it a bit, but like, what's the future? Like, what do you see for the future?
Well, like the dream
Yeah.
is try to spread Vittoria's message all around and in an effective way and a correct way. Obviously, I would like to spread encouragement and positivity and like confidence all around the people. And one of like the main goal for me, it would be, no, I have maybe two goals. Maybe the first one is to have multiple stores all around, and also, but the main, it would be that the people will like try to deal with their insecurities and difficulties in their life, and they will share their experiences with other people. Like they will share their victories with other people and with each other. And I think that it would be like the best. I think this is it would be a good goal for me, you know,
And
because
you,
as you were saying before, sometimes it's difficult for us to open up ourselves and try to to talk about our difficulties and worries. So it would be nice to see people that try to help each other in this way.
yeah. And you know what I was just thinking about? I know that there will be a day
Yeah.
that you will be able to listen back to this interview and be like, oh my God, it all came like true. Like there's gonna be a day where you
I
know,
will say, oh my goodness, my English was so bad. Rather than that, okay.
no.
Oh,
No,
goodness.
but I know that like
Yeah.
there's gonna be a day that you're gonna be able to, which is why also I love asking people this question of like what's their vision for what they want to build, because I think it's so cool to be able to have something recorded to look
Yeah,
back
it's true. Yeah.
like that was at that time, that was my dream, and like now I'm living the dream. So that's also why
Because
I asked.
I know why. Because you didn't meet a Vera that would have interviewed you at that time. This is the only reason why you didn't have an interview of Vera like in 2020 or 2019. I
Yeah.
met you, so now I have this interview, and probably I will see it, who knows, in 5, 10 years from now.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there anything else about like your journey that you feel like you want to share, or any advice of for people who are struggling with the same things and are in the same situation? Like, what has been something that, you know, has helped you? Is there anything you want to add to what we talked about?
I think no, I have already like spread the best advice for others. But yeah, I would say just try. Even if maybe your idea is not so perfect or doesn't convince you too much, just don't worry too much and then just try. And then
Yeah.
you will see opportunities will come and you will live some experiences of life and you will okay. Yeah, that's it. This is my advice.
I love it. Just do it and figure it out on the way. And yeah,
Exactly.
beautiful. Oh, oh my God. Yeah. I just want to say again that I am so happy that you do what you do. I am so happy that you have been able to take that pain that you've gone through and your journey and create that, like, or use that, those experiences to create something positive and spread something positive. Like, you're really making a change in the world, and I hope that you can
Oh,
feel it. Like,
you're
you're
so sweet. Okay, thank you so much.
what you do is so special, and I you need
Thank you.
need to be reminded of that. So yeah.
Thank
But
you so much.
you're welcome. And thank you so much for sharing your message here and sharing your thoughts and your journey. I am sure that people could find things that they can relate to, and your journey is so inspirational. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you for having me and for this interview. And yeah, I hope my story will be like useful for others. So I hope.
For sure. Oh, also, so
Yeah.
people can find your brand on
Mhm.
Instagram at Le Vittorie. I don't
Yeah,
know in which way
exactly.
I want to say it. If I try to say it in Italian
Your
way or
Italian is perfect. Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will put it also in the notes under the episode so people can go and check out your
Okay.
clothes. And yeah, amazing. But yeah, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you. It was a pleasure, really.